Stop Vladimir Putin. Stop World War III. Putin has expelled scores of his administrative staff, including kitchen personnel, in order to safeguard himself. He is permanently surrounded by agile, young, and well-trained security for his own protection. Putin now lives in total fear, even afraid of being poisoned. Hello my friends from all over the world. I'm a journalist and author from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm well-read, widely traveled, and a postgraduate. I'm in contact with the higher celestial beings, and I bring to you inner knowledge and undisclosed information. I'm just an ordinary guy. Putin is the new Adolf Hitler, claims the Open Letters International website. My personal prediction is Russians will remove Vladimir Putin in order to avert further nuclear threats. If Putin remains in power, the world has suddenly become very unsafe, to say the least. And a nuclear World War III disaster is 99.9% imminent. A nuclear war and nuclear exchange between Russia and the West would spell a global catastrophe on a frightening and disturbing scale mankind has not yet experienced. Putin's finger has remained on the nuclear button since NATO's creation in supplying Ukraine with potent weaponry. I think Putin is calling a bluff. If he is serious, then I consider Putin to be insane and mentally deranged. However, Russia's constitution purports if Russia is being threatened, then there is no alternative to press the nuclear button. However, there is another side to the Russian-invoked war against Ukraine. I see Putin confronting the world elite. In Putin's mind, he, like Adolf Hitler, are waging war on the elite who are in control of the world. Ironically, Putin sees himself as the savior of mankind. Russia has been cautious of the West since Tsar Romanov, whose investigators discovered the elite hoarded the money of Europe. Stalin too was very careful and referred to the elite as the family, and consequently opposed the United Nations organization, which he referred to as the agency of the elite for world government. According to several writers, academics, intelligence agencies, and whistleblowers from the elite's own ranks, the elite who manipulates and runs the world for their own sinister agenda plans a World War III nuclear war in order to execute the United Nations 6 billion depopulation extermination agenda, what they refer to as useless eaters of the herd. But Putin's aggression and threats came much too soon. The elite is not yet ready to safeguard their own safety as yet with underground cities, off-Earth domains and the like. Therefore, it is highly unlike a nuclear world war would erupt as yet. My personal calculation is the elite plans to be ready after 2030. There is yet a further side which is much more sinister than the world has ever seen. And that is the hidden, obscure and seemingly invisible demonic and Satanist agenda. But I will delve into the dark occult agenda in a following video. Meanwhile, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov told the international media, if a third world war occurs, it would involve nuclear weapons and be destructive, the R.1. A news agency reported. Putin's invasion of his neighbor, Ukraine, did not go as planned. It could be seen as a partial failure, because you cannot fight against an entire nation. Russia's war in Afghanistan was their Vietnam. Putin's frustration is now leading to greater missile attacks, since Russian warplanes, helicopters, and tanks were simply obliterated with handheld weaponry. It has become a propaganda and counter-propaganda war between Russia, Ukraine and NATO. Russia claims its soldiers seized Kherson, and imminently Kharkov, Ukraine's second biggest city. But Putin's frustration has mounted as week after week slips by and the war being prolonged due to stiff resistance from Ukrainian military and populace alike. Only 500,000 Ukrainians have fled the fighting since the Russian invasion. Ukrainian military and civilians claimed they had killed more than 6,000 Russian soldiers and taken prisoner countless more. Ukraine announced to the media about 250,000 civilians in Ukraine lost their lives, but generally the Ukrainian population are standing their ground to defend their country. The media reported, U.S. President Joe Biden at his State of the Union address, referred to the Russian leader as a dictator and said, Putin has no idea what's coming. Biden said Putin badly miscalculated with his invasion of Ukraine. How wealthy is Vladimir Putin really? Like Hitler, Putin is also a dictator. Lessons can be learned from despotic rulers like Hitler, Saddam Hussein, Julius Caesar and the like. Their main concern was not to enhance their respective countries, but to enrich themselves under a false guise of being benevolent. Officially, the Kremlin has mentioned that Putin earns an annual salary of $140,000, according to Fortune magazine. Putin's publicly declared assets include an 800-square-foot apartment, a trailer, and 3 cars. But he alleged to be the world's richest man. Investment and asset management company Hermitage Capital Management claimed in 2017, Putin's personal wealth is more than a staggering $200 billion. ABC News reported, Putin owns luxury watches worth $700,000, more than 6 times his official salary. Putin is also believed to be the owner of a cool 190,000-square-foot mansion sitting atop a cliff that overlooks the Black Sea. In addition, BBC reported the 70-year-old Russian president allegedly owns 19 other immaculate dwellings, 700 luxury saloon cars, 58 aircraft and helicopters, of which one plane is worth $716 million, and he sports a pure gold toilet. The Guardian newspaper recently reported of Putin's 140-meter-in-length, 6-floor ultra-super, $700 million yacht docked the Italian coast. Since Putin's aggression against Ukraine,